Welcome to Why Do We Do That? The podcast where we untangle the psychology behind our most relatable struggles. I'm your host, and today we're talking about something most of us deal with. Procrastination. We put things off. We delay. We say, I'll do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes panic mode at 2 a.m. But if we know it hurts us, if we know we're making life harder, why do we keep procrastinating? Let's talk about it.
Subscribe now.
Let's start with the myth. Procrastination is not about being lazy. Laziness means a lack of desire to act. But procrastination isn't that. Most of the time we want to do the thing. We need to do the thing. We might even care deeply about the thing. But we still avoid it. Why? Because procrastination is not a time issue. It's an emotional issue. Let me say that again. Procrastination is emotional. We put things off because the task triggers something inside us. It could be fear of failure, fear of judgment, perfectionism, overwhelm, self-doubt, or sometimes it just feels too heavy and we don't know where to start. So what do we do instead? We scroll, we binge, we clean the entire kitchen. We suddenly care about reorganizing our sock drawer. Anything but the actual task. Here's an example. You have a paper due. You know the topic. You have ideas. But every time you try to sit down, your chest tightens. You feel restless. So you check your phone. You say you'll do it later. You avoid it until the stress becomes unbearable. That's not laziness. That's emotional avoidance. So what emotions are we avoiding? Let's break them down. First, fear of failure. If I try and I fail, I'll feel like a loser. So instead we delay, because if we don't try, we can always say, I didn't really give it my best. Second, perfectionism. If it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. So instead of starting, we freeze, afraid we won't meet our own impossible standards. Third, shame and self-doubt. I'm not good enough to do this. I always mess things up. That inner voice holds you hostage, whispering that you're not capable. And finally, overwhelm. When a task feels too big, your brain doesn't know where to begin. So it shuts down completely. Here's where it gets interesting. Procrastination rewards us in the short term. It relieves discomfort right now. It gives us a moment of peace, a dopamine hit from distraction. But the problem is, the task still exists. And the longer we avoid it, the heavier it feels. So now we're not just anxious about the task. We're ashamed for putting it off. That shame makes it even harder to start. So we delay more. And the cycle continues. So how do we break the cycle? Here are a few powerful strategies, not time hacks, but emotional tools. Name the feeling. Ask yourself, what emotion is this task triggering in me? Is it fear? Shame? Overwhelm? Naming it gives you control. It turns a foggy dread into something you can face. Shrink the task. Your brain hates big, vague goals. So break the task down. Don't say, write the report. Say, open a blank document and write the first sentence. That first step is the key to momentum. 3. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll just do this for 5 minutes. Often, once we start, the resistance fades. The brain stops panicking and starts working. Talk to yourself like someone you love. When you procrastinate, don't call yourself lazy or stupid. Instead say, this is hard, but I'm capable. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to begin. Compassion works better than criticism, always. Set up your environment. Your brain responds to triggers. So make starting easy. Turn off distractions. Keep your tools nearby. Create a space that invites focus. Here's the truth. Procrastination is a form of self-protection. It's your brain trying to keep you safe from failure, judgment, or discomfort. But avoiding something doesn't protect you, it traps you. And you don't have to stay trapped. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. You are not your productivity. You're allowed to work in waves. You're allowed to struggle sometimes. But the next time you catch yourself putting something off, pause, breathe, ask, what am I really avoiding? And then start small. 1 step, 5 minutes. That's all it takes to rewrite the pattern. If this episode helped you, share it with someone else who battles procrastination. And make sure to subscribe for more episodes of Why Do We Do That? Next time, we'll explore something deeper. Why we feel empty even when life looks great. Until then, be kind to yourself. Your worth is not defined by how much you get done,